Right now I'm in Payson, Arizona, and I'm planning to ride about 50 miles on the Arizona Trail. I'm here with my husband Steve and my friend Cody, and we're going to be doing a big ride today. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I love doing big rides like this, but it's been a couple years. I don't think I've done anything really big since I did Black Canyon a couple years ago. And I want to get my endurance back though. Steve and his friend have been doing the AZT in sections. They want to ride all of it just in sections, and I thought, I wish I had the endurance to join them. So I've been spending a few months working on that, and I'm excited to finally do it today. So it's going to be a fun day out there. We're about to hit the trail, but before we do, I'm going to just bring you guys a quick word about the sponsor of today's video.
Today's video is sponsored by CompetitiveCyclist.com. They have everything you need for your mountain biking and road biking needs. They carry everything from components to frames, complete bikes, tools, apparel, other gear, and training and maintenance items. Competitive Cyclist is offering Dusty Betty viewers 15% off your first order when you use code DustyBetty15. And I highly recommend signing up for CompetitiveCyclist.com's email list. I'm not a big email list person, but theirs is actually worth going and getting on because they're offering some great deals this time of year as well as throughout the year. And so it's great to be able to watch those and get some of the key items that you need for your mountain biking needs when it makes the most sense and you can take advantage of those deals. Another thing I love about CompetitiveCyclist.com is their phenomenal customer service. They offer a live chat feature on the website, so if you have gear questions, you can get answers in minutes instead of having to wait days to get a reply on an email. They also offer very quick and easy returns. A couple of great items that I've picked up from CompetitiveCyclist.com are this Muck Off Fast Action Bike Cleaner. This is really great. It helps you get more of the grime and goo off of your bike without tons of scrubbing and elbow grease. You just rinse your bike, spray this on, give it 5 minutes, give the bike a quick swab with a rag, and this really helps get a lot of the dirt and gunk out of some of those hard to reach places that are difficult to scrub. Another one of my favorite training tools from CompetitiveCyclist.com is this Wahoo Roam bike computer. And so when I'm doing big, long rides or I'm preparing for them, I definitely use this because I want to be able to keep track of all of my stats. So this is a really great unit. They also have a smaller, less expensive unit called the Wahoo Element Bolt, and I ran one of those for a couple years before I upgraded to the Roam. It's also a great little unit. And I just love Wahoo products. As you can see, I also have a Wahoo trainer. They're very user-friendly, and so I'm a huge fan, and I appreciate that Competitive carries so much of the great Wahoo products. So big thanks to Competitive Cyclist for sponsoring this video. Anytime you guys use my links to CompetitiveCyclist.com, it's something small that you can do to help my channel, especially if you're planning to buy some items for your biking needs anyway. So thanks you guys. Don't forget to use that code DustyBetty15 and go to CompetitiveCyclist.com. Back to the show.
I finally took the Ibis DV9 off of the trainer. I took it off the trainer about 2 weeks ago because I did about a 40-mile ride up in Flagstaff with a friend. So that was a good shakedown for today. This ride will be good on a light bike. I'm gonna introduce the support crew really quick. This is my friend Brianna. She's driving support, and this is little Dusty. She's gonna be the co-captain. And you gotta see this adorable artwork. I'm more than a little biased, but she said she's drawing the desert. Can we see your cactus? Oh, it's so cute! What kind of cactus is it?
Saguaro and prickly pear.
And prickly pears? I love it.
And heart-shaped and circle-shaped.
You know Mommy loves heart-shaped prickly pears, huh?
Me too.
And this is Fender. He's the support crew dog, huh? He's got the heart for a ride like this, but not the feet, unfortunately.
Oh, you're excited.
Yeah. I think this bike is ready for a new fork. It's got kind of a knock in it. That'll get a little old today, but I'll live. It's still gonna get me through it. I'm not worried about it blowing up, which is good. I don't ride a hardtail very much. It's so bouncy.
Well, you probably have tons of air in those too.
Yeah, I could probably let a little out. I always get nervous on the long rides though, of getting a flat, so I do probably run a little higher than I need to. So from Payson, we're headed south on the Arizona Trail. It's really pretty. Payson is kind of piney, but kind of starting to transition to more juniper. Really beautiful area. I was gonna do a long ride like this a couple weeks ago, but had to change plans. But I did still get a long ride in, a 40-miler that day. And postponing kind of opened up the opportunity for me to ride with Steve and Cody, which is really fun for me. I kind of wish I had gotten out on at least one ride this week. This week was a little crazy though with school. For those of you who don't know, I'm going back to school. So I didn't get out, but I will say, I feel like it's taking me a little bit to get warmed up. I think I feel pretty refreshed and good.
Are you getting beat up on that thing?
A little bit.
Let's let some air out. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good.
Perfect.
One thing I would change about this bike is I wish the carbon rode a little softer. This one is technically a collector's item though, as this DV9 is discontinued. Wow, that's beautiful. That's scenery. A lot of these loose baseball-sized rocks. Whew. I think we have 50 miles or so, maybe a little more, and about 6,000 feet of climbing total. When you're riding the Arizona Trail on a bike, there are certain segments that are wilderness areas which are you're allowed to hike, but you're not allowed to do on your bike. So there are a few detours for cyclists. One thing that's nice for me with doing these kinds of rides for fun instead of for a race is that the training's a little more feasible because I don't have to keep a race pace. I just have to keep pedaling to get through the mileage. So it's nice, it's lower intensity, and it's a little bit easier for me to get the time in doing it. Oh, that's beautiful, those rocks. Got a little mile-long climb in here. All right, Jake's Corner. This looks like the happening place in town, if there is one. Bring it. Back to the dirt. We got such great riding weather. I think we're all gonna peel off some layers, grab a bite to eat, resupply from the support vehicle. Brianna's the best. I was thinking that usually it's nice to get the climb out of the way at the beginning of the day, but I will say one advantage to having it a little bit further into the ride is you already have some miles down, so you can look down and be like, you know, feel like you're actually making progress. Whereas if you have a nasty climb right at the beginning, your pace is so slow that it takes forever those miles to start going up. But yeah, I think we're gonna be okay. The climbs will be slow, we'll just take it easy. I've learned that long rides go much, much better if you just eat all day. Thankfully, we don't have to keep a race pace, so it's not too bad, but I usually would just wait until lunch, and then I was already kind of behind. But now, I rode with my friend a couple weeks ago, and she just, every 15 to 20 minutes, she just takes 2 bites of something, is what she was doing. So I just ate when she ate, and I was like, wow, I feel so much better. Makes a big difference. 27 miles to go, baby. Probably, what was it, 7 miles left on this climb?
Yeah.
And it's the big climb of the day. What are you gonna do with your rock pile?
Nothing, just leave it.
Right on.
Just kidding. I'm going to do something that will destroy it.
You're going to do something that will destroy it?
I destroyed it. Oh.
Everybody's layers are coming off. I have to say, these Shredly riding pants, so comfy. I super love them. Sweet, we get some single track. Oh no. Loose baggagey stuff. When I did a 65-mile segment of Black Canyon about 2 years ago, we were driving to our starting point. All of the nutrition I was bringing with me to start out the ride was in my water reservoir, and I forgot to lock the valve and it leaked in the car. So for the first 20 miles, I don't think I had any nutrition at all. And that really, man, that made that a rough day. I just never quite got feeling good again. But today, off to a good start. It's getting a little steep. We're gonna ride more than 50 miles today. I don't want to spend everything here. A little bit of hiking, a little bit of riding. This is steep here. It's pretty relentless. Man, I doubt the camera's gonna do this justice. This is insanely steep. Cody made this turn and another one like it we just passed, but honestly, there aren't many people who can make a climb like that on a turn after what we've already climbed so far. Even the hike in a bike is a killer workout. Yay, I'm riding my bike. And we're walking. You got it, you got it. Go, go, go. Yeah. 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 All these 20 to 25% grade spots. Mercy. Just gotta get through the next few miles, then it'll be fun again. I feel like we're already halfway from that wash to the top of this. And if I feel it, it must be true. We hit some snow. That's fun. This section of trail is so beautiful now that we're up here, and it's been a good morale boost because the travel is a lot quicker and a lot more pleasant. Glad we got this little segment in between some of the nasty stuff. I needed that. That climb was no joke. That is the big climb for the day. It is absolutely beautiful up here. We got a little more than 20 miles to go. And the rest of the climbs, I think, are all around half a mile to 1 mile, which should feel pretty doable after what we've been through.
That was about 3 hours to go 4 miles.
Yeah, that was insane.
A lot of hiking for me. Cody rode almost every inch of it. On that bike like a cane.
That's tricky with a backpack. The miles are starting to tick by again. A little slushy. Not beautiful. So beautiful. My only regret so far is wearing a white shirt. Got some mud speckles. Arizona Trail, baby. Pretty remote out here, so we take it easy. Not somewhere you want to go down. Nice, we're actually making some pretty quick miles finally. I have to say, high-speed chunder is definitely when this bike gets the least comfortable for me because the frame is pretty stiff for a light rider. It's me up pretty good. I gotta kind of pull it back. So good. This is my favorite section so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I hit my bash guard too on this.
Yeah, I do not have a bash guard on. I hit the other thing that you're not supposed to hit. This would be a very fun shuttle.
You're riding that thing like a rock star.
Oh, thanks. Yay, sunshine!
There's something, bunch of dirt came coming down.
Oh.
Man, awesome. Can you imagine coming up this on a fully loaded bike?
Man, look at those colors behind you. That looks like a painting. Oh, cool bridge. This canyon is so pretty.
I can't believe it just keeps going.
Yeah.
It looks like we're in this for a while. We can just keep going.
If this trail was ridden a lot, those would be polished more. Someone's got a fire and it smells so good. I wonder if that's coming from a homestead somewhere or a camp. Ah, man, it smells so good. Feeling a lot better this year in terms of my depression, and doing a 15-mile ride is like, feels like a real accomplishment and milestone for me just after how life was a year ago. So pretty stoked to be out here with Cody, with my husband Steve, Hartsville party, sharing this with you guys. All right, it's gonna maybe headlamp time, maybe not, but I've got it on there in case I need it. More of that Arizona Trail goodness. One thing that's interesting about the Arizona Trail is there are definitely segments that are created more with hikers than bikers in mind. So there's always, seems like when I ride the AZT, a lot of times there's hike-a-bike sections, but it's still such a fun experience and a really cool way to see the state. There's so many areas that I've seen along the AZT just from the segments I've ridden that, I don't know, it's kind of different, not like other parts of Arizona. A little bit of slow progress through here. Sometimes we're cruising pretty good, and then we get to a section that's just kind of garbagey and loose baby heads. And Steve made the point that with the Arizona Trail, you never really know what you're gonna get. It's just a conglomeration of deep roads and old hiking trails, and like you just never know if it's gonna be buff single track or super techy Jeep road. Just all over the place.
This might be a long 4 miles.
I know. This is a big day on a hardtail, especially one as stiff as this one. I will say with the DB9, when I got it loaded with bike packing bags, extra weight makes it ride a little softer. So I think a lot of it's probably mostly just a stiff frame to light riders like me. I'll be glad to be done with riding in the dark, but I do feel so good. Like, and now that we're riding with headlamps, kind of reminds me of when we did Black Canyon a couple years ago, except that this time I'm not so tired that I'm having an out-of-body experience. Feel good. On our last 7 miles, there have been so many cattle gates, like every couple minutes. We get to another one. I want to get rich so that I can donate a whole bunch of those cattle-proof bridges that you can use instead of cattle gates to the Arizona Trail Association. That'd be awesome.
There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's a tricky one.
What a day.
Woo! Woo! Yeah. Yeah, good job, team.
Best part of the day was spending time in the outdoors with my amazing wife, my best friend, and my second best friend, Cody. I think there was a moment where I'm like, this is one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen, but you could only get to it by going through the heinous stuff that we went through. And it sounds cheesy, but that's just like life. some of the best experiences are after a terrible period. So if you're metaphorically pushing your bike up the hill like we were, wondering if it's ever going to end, it will eventually end, and there's usually something wonderful right around the corner.
I think two best parts, like, I mean, riding with you guys always is good. And then on a super steep climb, like, there were those two, like, gnarly steep, like, just crazy steep switchback. And getting, like, that little double switchback mid-climb, that was cool. And then that single track descent into the Jeep Canyon out on AZT, that was really fun too.
Oh, that was so awesome, and it's hard to pick a best part of the day. I would agree with everything that the guys said. So much beautiful scenery, really special to be able to spend time with Steve out on the trail. And I think my favorite part was also that descent into that canyon where we were kind of crossing back and forth between a mostly dry creek bottom, and there were just beautiful big golden sycamore leaves on the ground and kind of awkward slow speed balance moves through the rocks. It was a lot of fun. And it feels good. I did my longest ride in about 2 years, which feels pretty amazing. So, and I'm feeling good. I feel better than when we finished Black Canyon in a day. I think it did better with nutrition. So it was a good one. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to visit competitivecyclist.com. Check out the links. Get dusty.